Hey there, good morning. Have you ever noticed that when you say the word hospice to people, they automatically pause? I think that people are afraid of hospice, not necessarily hospice itself, but what they think hospice means. Hi, my name is Michelle Ledbetter. I'm a registered nurse, hospice and palliative care certified, practicing for over 22 years. On this station, we talk about death and dying and any other topic that comes up around that. I think what I wanted to start with today is to say what hospice is not. There's a lot of misconceptions about what hospice is, so let's start with what hospice is not. Hospice is not necessarily a place. Now, there are some hospices in certain towns that have a hospice unit specific for their patients, and it is kind of like a separate entity, if you will, a building that houses usually 12 beds is a common number of beds that a hospice house has, but it's not necessarily a place that you go to die. The hospice house is reserved for people that either need respite or it is reserved for people that cannot manage symptoms at home, like pain, like shortness of breath, like anxiety, terminal secretions, nausea and vomiting. So what happens is when those symptoms present in the home and at home we try to manage them, and for whatever reason we can't get a good grip on it, then people are admitted into the hospice house until they can get medications titrated to a place where they're comfortable, and the goal is always to send them home. So hospice is not a place that you go to die, which a lot of people think it is. Hospice also is not speeding up death. Hospice is not removing medicines and treatments in a way that they're trying to exacerbate death or bring it on sooner. Hospice is not about giving up. Hospice is about being with people at end of life, managing symptoms, and supporting the family and the patient through this most sacred transition. I cannot recommend hospice enough. And even though there are bad players in every movie, in every industry, in general, hospice is a great organization. So, if you have been diagnosed with a terminal disease and hospices have been offered, I get it. You're gonna be afraid. You're gonna have that oh gosh moment, the sadness and all those emotions that come around that. But I highly encourage you to get on hospice services. It's available to absolutely everyone. Even if you're homeless, you are eligible for hospice. So please take advantage of it. And I want to tell you something else. Many times in my 22-year career, I've actually discharged people off of hospice. They have a terminal diagnosis. They go through a chronic event. They're in the hospital. They come home. We actually do adjust medications once you come on to hospice, and sometimes with those adjustments people do better. So I have discharged quite a few patients off of hospice. So bringing hospice in, you can always come off of hospice if you don't like it, but try it because they absolutely increase the quality of your life at the end of life. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all my followers. If this information is helpful and you are learning to reduce your fear around death and dying, if it brings you information to help you care for your loved one that is moving through transition, please subscribe, like, and share so I can continue to share this content with you guys. And until we meet again, be good to one another. Bye for now.